Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call this public meeting of the Lackawanna County Land Bank to order. If everyone would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Gahan?
Here.
Commissioner Shermack? Excused. Mayor Chelik?
Present.
Mrs. Gatto?
Here.
Mr. Tobin?
Present.
And Mrs. Magnata?
Present.
Thank you. Opportunity for the public to address the board on agenda items only. Would anyone like to discuss the agenda? No? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Seeing that there's no one, we'll have a presentation of the minutes for approval. May I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes from August 14th, 2024?
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
On the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it, and the minutes have been approved. Presentation of vouchers for examination and approval from August 15th, 2024 through September 11th, 2024. May I have a motion to approve the vouchers?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
On the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it, and the vouchers have been approved. Ralph, are there any bid openings?
Not today, Commissioner.
Okay. Next is discussion items. We'll start with the first, which is the land bank property disposition update.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner. To date, the land bank has conveyed 360 properties countywide. In the city of Scranton, we've conveyed 257. We have one property pending and 6 properties to be acted upon at today's meeting. Just broken down by sections of the city, in West Scranton, 79 properties were conveyed, South Scranton, 67 properties were conveyed, North Scranton, 62 properties conveyed, Green Ridge, 22 properties conveyed, East Scranton, 15 properties conveyed. We've conveyed 3 properties to the city of Scranton, 3 properties to United Neighborhood Community Development Corporation, 5 properties to the Scranton-Lackawanna Resource Corporation, 1 property to Ronald McDonald House, 56 properties have been conveyed in Covington Township with 1 property pending, 18 properties in Carbondale with 1 property pending, Vandling 1 property conveyed, Feld Township 4 properties conveyed, Droop Borough 2 properties conveyed, Scott Township 12 properties conveyed with 6 properties pending, Thornhurst 5 properties conveyed, Jefferson Township 1 property conveyed, Dunmore Borough 2 properties conveyed, Archibald Borough 1 property conveyed with 1 property pending, and Blakely Borough 1 property conveyed. Anybody have any questions on any of those?
No? Thank you. Thanks, Ralph. Second discussion item is the Blight Task Force update.
Tado, do you have anything?
Yeah, just one thing I'll mention. Some of you might be aware the city of Scranton recently created a couple of new groundskeeper positions that are going to be within their Department of Parks and Recreation. Part of the charge for those positions will be helping to clean up and maintain some of the land bank owned properties in the city. So yeah, we were excited to hear that. Ralph and I will actually be meeting with their Director of Parks and Recreation later this week to talk about some ways that NeighborWorks might be able to partner with them to address some of the overgrown lots that the land bank owns in the city.
And also, Todd, I just want to mention, as far as some of those properties we took in for future affordable housing sites, that you guys will be, NeighborWorks will be taking care of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So NeighborWorks continues to maintain some of a handful of properties that we've cleaned up or requested that the land bank acquire through judicial sale. Few of those, I know land bank recently got the deed to a home on Watson Street. We'll be taking a look at too as a possible rehab project We just need to get inside to take a look at it. But yeah, definitely some great opportunities for NeighborWorks, I think, to partner with the land bank on some rehab projects in the future.
That's great. Any questions? All right. Final discussion item is the Advisory Committee Property Acquisition and Disposition Discussion.
Okay, if everyone wants to take a look at their,
Pull that mic a little closer.
okay, if everyone wants to take a look at their property discussion sheet. The first property is at 1517, 1519 Vine Street. We received a purchase application from Martin Perdomo. They're doing business as Gardenia 3 LLC. They're out of Stroudsburg. They just purchased an apartment building right across from this lot. And they want to purchase our land bank-owned lot to either use as parking or for green space for their tenants. They're going to need zoning approval for parking, but they did a tremendous job on this apartment building. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it must be 8 to 10 apartments in it, but it's really nice. So they submitted an offer of $500 for the property. Next property is at 318, 320 Putnam Street. Received a purchase application from Myra Argyros from Whitestone, New York, and she owns the property next to it. And we'll just use it for green space for her tenants. There were no other additional property applications received for this property, and she submitted an offer of $500 for this property. The next one is at 2415 Hermans Avenue. That's down in Platte section of Scranton. Property application received from Richard McDonald from Lake Ariel. He plans to build a single-family home on the property. There were no additional applications for this property, and he submitted an offer of $500 for this property. The next one is a property on North Merrifield Avenue. There's really no address for that, but a side lot application from Christopher Benzak, and it's right next to his property at 315 North Merrifield Avenue. He just plans to expand his yard. There are no other applications for this property, so Mr. Benzak submitted an offer of $150 for this property under the side lot program. The next one, the corner of Parker Street and North Main Avenue. This has been a very visible lot, and as you're coming into the city, right at that triangle at Parker, and received a side lot application from Joyce Benton, who lives right next door to it, and they have, every now and then, they've been taking care of it a little bit too. So they just want to extend their yard and keep it nice. And they submitted an offer of $150 for the property under the side lot program. Okay, the next one is the property at 418, 1420 Pine Street that has been discussed at the last meeting. We received 2 applications, one from the adjoining neighbor that owns a property up on Prescott Avenue. And that application was dated June 12, 2023, but the adjacent property is a condemned property. We've also received another application for this property from Arshita and Mokrishna Patel. They recently purchased a property right next to it, and if you look at your photos there, you can see where that's located. They just sent that application, submitted that application on July 10th, 2024, and both wanted to use it for side yard expansion, and both submitted offers of $150. So now, Joe, if you want to.
Yeah, the problem was the first. Is it on?
Yeah.
Okay, the first applicant, his property that's shown on the picture here is still in condemned status as of today. So he's not, that applicant's not eligible, number one. Number two, these people, the Patels, they own and live in the, what's designated as the Patel property. So there'll be a landowner that actually lives next to the side lot. So under our policies and procedures, they would have preference anyway. But the bottom line is the first applicant, he's not eligible to begin with. So we discussed this at the advisory meeting. We discussed it, I guess, at least generally at our last meeting. And it's my opinion that it definitely should go to the Patels. There's no bid process because in order to be a bidder, you have to be a eligible applicant to begin with. So it's pretty clear.
Yeah, and the advisory committee has agreed with this as well, right, Todd? Yeah.
Yeah, correct. So advisory committee discussed this, and for the reasons that Joe just described, we would recommend that the land bank board sell the property to the Patels.
And can I ask, and just for clarification, is that when there's a land bank property still under condemnation, right, from the first applicant who, again, the building and the property is still in condemnation, is there anywhere in the land bank, any policies where, we need to notify that person in advance of anyone else purchasing a lot next door, or that they, that there's interest, if again, they're still not eligible for that?
Well, no, not under those.
Okay.
It's right. I'm sorry. It's right in their application. This particular applicant swore out an affidavit that none of his properties were in condemnation status, which was not true.
Mm-hmm.
So they're ineligible to begin with.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's great clarification. Just making sure that if that applicant does not meet, the eligibility requirements, it's not there's if they just don't meet it, there's no further that we need to go in terms
As a
of.
courtesy, I know Ralph kept in touch with him, but I don't think the Patels came in the picture until recently.
Right.
But at that point, the first applicant was still not eligible.
And that was
We
for
don't
over a
have an
year.
obligation to hold the thing open indefinitely.
Right. And it was for over a year that's been in
Yes.
condemnation, so.
In the application on June 12th of '23, and they never fixed the property that was condemned. so.
And
I just
I
want-
even talked to the city today, and it's still in condemnation status.
Yeah, so just wanted to clarify that, that applicant would be ineligible no matter contact or no contact with our office.
he's
Okay,
not eligible.
thank you so much.
The only question I have is, I'm in favor of with giving the property to the Patel family, but on this resolution where it says number C, parcel address 1418, 1420 Pine Street, the purchaser's blank.
Well, Ralph kept it.
So do,
blank.
it
right,
blank
just,
until-
so do we, when we vote on this in a
motion.
minute,
Say
you,
exactly who we're giving it.
okay, that was my question. Okay,
Because we don't want to jump the gun and have it typed up for either side until it was resolved.
okay, got it. Okay,
Maybe someone can make a motion for that particular property?
okay. Do we have to do that when we get down to the resolutions, or should we do it now?
Joe, what do you think?
Well, let's do it now. We'll just, that way we're playing it safe.
Okay. So I'll entertain a motion to award the land bank property at 1418, 1420 Pine Street in Scranton to the Patel family who lives at 1416 Pine Street, adjacent to the property at 1418, 1420.
Motion to approve the Patel's application. I'll second.
On the question? All those in, sorry, Pat, go ahead.
No, I
Oh,
just
I thought you were raising your hand.
jumping the gun.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it, and the motion has been approved. Okay. Now on to the action items. Resolution number 24. Sure.
The advisory committee voted to approve the other properties we discussed as well. Just so that's on the record.
Okay. Okay, number 8 are the action items. Resolution number 24-027. This is approving the acquisition of additional property from the Tax Claim Office repository list of unsold property. May I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion. Second.
On the question? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution has been approved. Resolution number 24-028. This is approving the conveyance of certain land bank-owned property under the Property Purchase Program. May I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion to approve.
I'll second.
On the question? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution has been approved. Resolution number 24-029. This is approving the conveyance of certain land bank-owned property under the Side Lot Purchase Program. May I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
On the question? On the question, so we just made the motion before, and in this resolution, we have the North Merrifield Avenue property with the purchaser being Chris Benzak from 315 North Merrifield Ave, then the Parker Street North Main Ave property, and the purchaser is Joyce Benton at 119 West Parker Street in Scranton, and the final is 1418, 1420 Pine Street in Scranton, and the purchaser will be, due to the motion that was made previously, Harshita and Balkrishna Patel, who live at 1416 Pine Street in Scranton. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution has been approved. Opportunity for the public to address the board. Would anyone like to address the board? No? Okay. Directors, other business. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to discuss? No? Okay. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. I'll second.
On the question, our next scheduled land bank meeting will be Wednesday, October 9th, 2024 at 11 a.m. All those in favor of adjourning signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it, and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.